The date was November 13, 2022. Moscow, Idaho, a quiet college town shattered by a massacre that defied understanding. 4 students, Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan, were stabbed to death in their sleep. Within weeks, all evidence pointed to one man, Bryan Kohberger, a criminology Ph.D. student just a few miles away. The who was clear. The how was documented in DNA, phone pings, and surveillance footage. But the why? That remains locked behind prison walls and in Kohberger's silence. Today, we don't just ask what his motive was. We explore the chilling range of possibilities hidden in plain sight. The stalker, the narcissist, the broken theorist. And we confront the painful truth that for the families left behind, the absence of an answer is its own kind of wound. The strongest forensic clue pointing to motive isn't a weapon, it's a pattern. Cell tower data shows Bryan Kohberger's phone pinged near the victim's house at least 20 times in the 2 months before the murders. Often late at night, always near King Road. This wasn't random, this was surveillance. Investigators believe Kohberger had been fixated on the house, and possibly one person inside it, for weeks, maybe months. Some reports suggest he may have known Kaylee Goncalves casually through mutual friends or campus events. Others speculate it was Madison Mogen, whose social media presence was vibrant and visible. Psychologically, this fits the stalker-turned-killer profile, a slow-burning obsession that curdles into rage when fantasies go unfulfilled. The break-in wasn't about robbery. Nothing was stolen. The victims were targeted in their beds, violated in their safest space. That's personal. That's intimate. If this theory is true, then the motive wasn't about thrill or ideology. It was about control over someone who never knew he existed. But there's another thread woven through Kohberger's academic life. As a Ph.D. student in criminology, he studied criminal minds, forensic failures, and law enforcement blind spots. In his own research proposal, he wrote about impulsive decision-making in violent offenders. Yet the Idaho murders weren't impulsive. They were meticulous, calculated, rehearsed. This contradiction hints at a second possible motive, narcissistic grandiosity. What if Kohberger didn't just study crime? He wanted to transcend it, to prove he was smarter than the system, that he could commit the ultimate act and vanish like smoke. His white Hyundai, seen circling the neighborhood, wasn't just a tool of stalking. It was a symbol of his arrogance. He believed he understood the rules of detection well enough to break them without consequence. In this view, the victims weren't necessarily chosen for who they were, but for where they lived. An ordinary house in a quiet town, the perfect stage for a self-styled criminal genius to test his theory. The motive? Not hatred, not desire, but the intoxicating fantasy of being the one who got away with it. And then there's a third, darker possibility, one rooted not in calculation, but in unraveling. Friends and online posts paint a picture of a man increasingly isolated, struggling with academic pressure, and fixated on dark themes. In the months before the murders, Kohberger reportedly posted about feelings of inadequacy, rejection, and societal alienation. What if his research into criminal psychology didn't shield him from darkness, but pulled him deeper into it? Some forensic psychologists warn of a phenomenon called vicarious identification, where researchers studying extreme behavior begin to internalize it, especially when emotionally vulnerable. Kohberger may have started seeing himself not as an observer, but as a participant in the very chaos he studied. In this scenario, the motive wasn't premeditated obsession or intellectual arrogance, but a sudden, catastrophic psychological break, a moment where theory collapsed into action. When Bryan Kohberger stood in court in July 2025 to plead guilty to 4 counts of murder, he faced the families of Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan, not just as a defendant, but as the man who stole their futures. And yet, even then, he refused to say why.
And then let me ask you, did you, on November 13th, 2022, enter the residence at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder?
Yes.
Did you, on November 13th, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice of forethought?
Yes.
Did you, on or about that same date in Moscow, Idaho, kill and murder Kaylee Goncalves, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice of forethought?
Yes.
And did you, on that same date in Moscow, Idaho, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice of forethought?
Yes.
And then on or about November 13th, 2022, again in Latah County, Idaho, did you kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being?
Yes.
Did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice of forethought?
Yes.
During the sentencing hearing, family members delivered powerful victim impact statements. Kaylee's father said, "We need to know why you did this. Without that, we can never fully heal." Madison's mother called his silence a final act of cruelty. Xana's sister described living in a world where the answer to the most important question was deliberately withheld. They weren't asking for mercy, they were asking for meaning, but Kohberger offered none. Not in court, not in writing, not through his lawyers. The plea deal required no explanation, and he clung to that loophole like a shield. For the law, his guilt was proven. For science, the case was closed. But for the families, justice without understanding remains incomplete. His silence wasn't just personal, it was profound. It turned a legal resolution into an eternal question.
You took our children. You are gonna suffer, man. I'm shaking because I want to reach out to you, but I hope you feel my energy, okay? Go to hell.
The Idaho murders are solved. The killer is in prison for life. But the true horror isn't just the violence, it's the ambiguity of the why. Without a motive, we're left with shadows. The ghost car, the late night pings, the academic papers on violence written by a man who would soon commit it. And we're left with grieving families who may never know what drove a stranger to end the lives of those they love most. Bryan Kohberger knows his own motive, but by design, by choice, and perhaps as his final act of control, he will take it with him to prison and beyond. So I ask you, which theory feels most plausible to you? Was Kohberger a stalker consumed by fixation? A narcissist chasing infamy through perfection? Or a broken mind that crossed a line it couldn't uncross? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, because only then can we keep bringing you more true crime stories in the future. Thank you for watching.